All right. Have you had any discussions about resolving the matter?
I
Um,
haven't, Your Honor,
yes,
but I believe my client has talked with Mrs. Griffin.
All right. Is there any agreement today?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, Ms. Griffin, it's my understanding that you're seeking custody,
yes,
uh, ch child support, and alimony. Is that right?
yes.
Are you ready to proceed today?
Yes, I'd actually like to, if we could.
Okay, and Mr. Uresk, what is your client seeking today?
He's seeking an order of temporary custody. He asked for joint legal custody. He has no objection to physical custody being with the mother, subject to his parent time. Now, as to parent time, these children are 3 years old and 8 months. However, they have been doing visitation similar to the 5-year-old and up. In fact, Mr. Griffin had the children for the past 2 weeks while Mrs. Griffin was relocating from Wyoming back to the base.
Okay, so Ms. Griffin, it sounds like Mr. Griffin agrees that you should have physical custody of the children. He would just like parent time pursuant to the statute for children ages 5 and above. Do you have any objection to that?
Um, no, but I was asking for the full custody, the sole and physical, I think, just due to the fact of his mother took him and my son and wouldn't tell me where he was and drinks and he drives with the children. So
So,
for
Ms.
the safety,
So Mr. Ures just agreed to physical custody with you.
okay, is that the full custody then?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
All right. So based on the stipulation of the parties, I am going to award primary physical custody on a temporary basis to Ms. Griffin. I'm going to award uh, joint temporary joint legal custody, and the legal issues that might have to be decided jointly by the parties would be medical issues, educational issues, or religious issues. But there's no suggestion right now that there are any pending questions on any of those points.
We're not aware of any at this point, Your Honor.
All right. I'm also going to order that Mr. Griffin receive parent time pursuant to Utah Code 30-3-35. All right.
Your Honor,
Now,
is that, uh, are we talking about the 3-year-old? Are we
yeah,
talking about
and
this?
we'll use the schedule of parent time for children who are ages 5 and above.
Okay. Now, another issue, Your Honor, is child support, and we submitted our calculation, and it's Mr. Griffin has to pay $756 a month as his share of the child support.
All right. Ms. Griffin, do you oppose me in ordering temporary child support of $750 a month?
Yes, I do. I just received his recent check stubs, and he gets paid weekly. And he has bringing like 1,700. Another one was 1,800, 1,900, and then like $1,200. So he's making way more.
What's his
And then
hourly
I went
rate?
through our rest.
Do you know what his hourly rate is?
I could look, but I'm not real sure. I
So I
mean,
need to
I could
know
look.
the hourly rate because I'm not going to order child support on for
Up,
wages more than 40 hours per week.
$20 an
okay,
hour.
I'm looking.
So Mr. Arrest says it's $20 per hour.
Okay, I'm looking at his check stubs right now.
All right.
Which is where does it say hourly rate? Overtime is 30 and regular pay is 20. Yes.
Okay. So 20. So how much did you calculate his? How much did you put down as his income, Mr. Uresk, in your calculation?
The $20 an hour.
Does that come out to $3,440 a month?
I believe it does.
All right, I'm going to make a finding that the respondent earns $3,440 per month. That's 40 hours per week at $20 per hour. Ms. Griffin, what do you earn?
I get child support and I get monthly of 500 and I think of $44 and then another one of 175.
So do
And
you
that
have a
I'm a
job?
stay-at-home mom.
All right, you
No,
don't
I
have a
do
job.
not.
So I'm going to impute minimum wage of $1,250 a month for the respondent or for the petitioner.
Your Honor, that we're okay with that for the temporary basis.
Okay?
But we have information that he is able to work at a much higher rate than that. But for the temporary basis, we're okay with it.
Can I say something?
Uh, I don't know that it'll make any difference at this point because I'm only imputing. Do you object to me imputing minimum wage to you?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay, then we're fine. All
Okay.
right. So I'm just running the calculations, Mr. Uresk, very quickly here. How many children are involved?
To
Do either of these parties owe child support for other children?
No.
is not, Your Honor.
All right. All right. That creates a child support obligation for the father of $830 per month.
We must have been off on our calculations, Your Honor. 800 and how much?
30.
And then there was an issue we asked on the vehicles of the property. There are 3 vehicles, 2004 GMC Sierra. There's a little under 10,000 owed to Kings Peak Credit Union, and my client's willing to take that debt. There is a Silverado, 2000 Chevy Silverado, about $2,600 owed on it to Kings Peak. I understand that Mrs. Griffin wants that vehicle. And then there's a 2008 GMC Yukon. It's just under $10,000 owed to America First. And I understand that she also wants that vehicle. We're asking that they go, if she can have those vehicles, if she'll subject to her making the payment. And my client will make the payment on his 2004.
All right. Let me just check here. Ms. Griffin, let's see. You did you file a financial declaration? Looks like you did.
Yes, I did. And then there was 9 vehicles altogether.
And where are they?
Chase took all of them, but I have my Jeep Wrangler and my red Chevy that was inherited by my dad, and then I have the Yukon, the 2008, which is the kids' vehicle, and then the Silverado. And then he has the rest of them plus a camper.
Your Honor,
And
I
there was
believe the only 3 that are money's owed on is the 3 that I've mentioned.
Okay, but there are other vehicles, but the only 3 that have obligations on them are these 3.
yeah.
And to the
Can
issue
I,
of alimony, Your Honor, Mrs.
well,
Griffin has a CDL license, which means she can be employed as a truck driver. She's had other employment. She's just recently unemployed. We think that she has the capability of being able to support herself. She's also cohabiting with her former boyfriend, who's the father of one of her children, and we don't think she would be eligible for alimony.
All right. Ms. Griffin, let me ask, are you do you live with, are you living with a boyfriend right now?
He's there 8 days out of the month.
Does he
But
have an,
can I?
let me just ask, does he have another home or is your home his home?
He has another home, his mother's.
Okay, why is he at your place 8 days a month and not the others?
He does go to work, and then he does go to see his grandpa and his mother, and then he comes to my house just because we're seeing each other again.
All right. Now you wanted to say something else. Go ahead and tell me what you wanted to say.
So, back to the vehicles, I was asking that the Yukon 2008 be split the debt between the two of us, and he can take the 2004 and be responsible for that. And then on the 2000, there's a 94 Chevy that I will either take that, it's paid off and in my name, or we can split the debt on the Silverado, and I will take that one.
Your Honor, the 94 is Mr. Griffin's father's vehicle.
That is a lie. He's under oath. That's a lie.
Actually, I haven't put anybody under oath, and I would prefer that you not call people liars in court.
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
All right, I'm just trying to sort out where we go from here today. Ms. Griffin, let me ask you, have you been employed as a truck driver?
Yeah, I was back before I got pregnant with my son, which is 3 now, and I have not worked since I have been with Chick.
Okay, so how long has it been since you worked as a truck driver?
7 years.
7 years, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Urest, did you file a financial declaration as well?
He did. Should be there with our calculations of the child support.
All right. Let me just take a look here. Ms. Griffin, you've listed rent and mortgage at $50 a month. Are you?
Oh, no, that's $500 a month. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
I apologize.
You listed an automobile loan of $400 a month. Which automobile is that for?
I'm not real sure. I must have messed up on that.
So which?
It was meant for. Sorry.
So you were offering to take the. Let me ask. You were offering to take the Silverado.
Yes, or the 94 that the title is in my name and paid off.
I didn't get the years down. I was going by the names of the vehicles and not what years they were. I'm showing that there's a Sierra, a Silverado, and a Yukon.
And there's other vehicles as well.
But I'm talking about the ones that have money owed on them. Which of those are you paying for?
The Silverado. And then I was asking that we split the Yukon, which was the family ride.
All right, so the Silverado is how much a month?
Oh my gosh, it's like 200 and something, and I just got taxes back, and I put $2,000 down on it, so I only owe about 2,000 something else on it.
And how much is owed on? How much is it per month on the Yukon?
$400. It's $382, and then you call on the phone, and it equals about $400.
What vehicle maintenance do you have that comes to $500 a month?
Just like the tires, I just had to replace, and then just the oil and the gas.
So the gas
What
is
else?
you've listed gas separately. You've listed gasoline at $500 a month, but then you've listed maintenance at another $500 a month.
Okay, and then the brakes. I need brakes. They're squealing and then squeaking, and the truck is currently in the shop because it wasn't shifting, which I could get the transmission for like $1,400, and then if it's just electrical, it's $450.
How many miles a month do you drive?
Oh wow, I'm not sure because I drive my kids to school on occasions and then just doctor's appointments. So I honestly could not tell you, sir.
What condition is your Wrangler in?
The Jeep Wrangler, the rear, it's not runnable. It starts, but the rear end is,
So
it's
that's
been
not a
welded.
vehicle you drive. What vehicle do you drive on a day-to-day basis?
The Yukon, the family ride.
All
And
right.
that's the only vehicle I have.
Right.
And Chase has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running, well, 4, and then another one that's running vehicles.
Excuse me, Your Honor, if I might.
Go ahead.
Mr. Griffin has been paying the free payments on all 3 vehicles. He indicated to Brittany or Brianna that he cannot pay the Yukon at this time. He's got the exact amount of the payment. Yukon is what? 384.17.
Your Honor?
The Yukon and how much is the Silverado, Mr. Uresk?
$260 a month.
And how much is the Sierra?
He thinks it's 367. 367.
All right. Ms. Griffin, you listed telephone at $300. Is that just for your phone?
No, it's for my 2 older girls. Your Honor?
Yeah.
I've been paying on the 2000, and then I can't afford the Yukon due to the bills of the house, and so I've been having Chase pay them until I can get child support.
Your Honor, he's been paying child support on a weekly basis.
How much, ma'am? How much is your telephone? How much is just one phone a month?
I'd say about I don't know, $60. I think I could look on my bill right now and tell you.
Okay, Mr. Uresk, what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to work my way through her financial declaration to come up with an amount that I would allow. I'll tell you what that number is, and then if you want to dispute it any, I'll let you go through it as well, if you want to be looking at that. Ms. Griffin, you've got a health insurance premium of $200 a month. Are you paying that, or is your husband paying that right now?
I'm trying to get on Medicaid, and Chase is currently paying that. And I was asking that I will be taken off of it, but the 2 children remain on his insurance.
So right now that you don't have a premium payment to make.
No, she
No.
doesn't. He pays that.
Okay. And do you have, ma'am, do you personally, I'm not talking about the children, do you have $100 a month that you're paying in healthcare expenses out of your own pocket?
Yeah, I get medication. I'm on medication,
And
and
does
I have
it
to.
does it total 100 a month?
Yeah, I also have co-pays, and I have a couple bill or hospital. There's something majorly wrong with me, so I've been seeing the doctors quite a bit. And then there was also owed back on the insurance of having the baby and a couple other things.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but as I understand it, Mr. Griffin has the family covered on a health insurance policy, and I believe she would be covered under that. Maybe not medication, but she's covered under that, and the kids are covered under that. She's covered there until this matter is finalized. They get divorced.
Right, so she's just put down 100 a month. I'm assuming that that covers some probably co-pays, deductibles, co-pays and co-pays for medical. Like when I have a medication, I still have to pay a portion of it. So 100 is probably still reasonable. What I come to, Mr. Uresk, not counting automobile payments, after I've trimmed down some of the claimed expenses, is $2,350 a month for her only, not including maybe some additional expenses for the children as her monthly need.
How much was that again, Your Honor?
$2,350 a month.
Your Honor, she gets a child credit of $550 a month.
Oh, yes, I did get to mention that. Sorry, I apologize.
What is that? A child credit?
Yeah, it's the taxes.
She gets 500. Go ahead, Miss Griffin. How much do you get? How much a month?
It's 500, and I could look on the account, but it's 500, like 80, I think, and that's due to the COVID. What we get monthly for the children.
So you get 500. You're getting $580 a month there. Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you that exact amount. If I can just give me a second, I'll log onto the account.
She's also been receiving $191.25 per week from Mr. Griffin, who's been depositing it into her bank account.
So can you tell me when you filed your financial declaration?
That was
No, not you,
at
Miss Griffin. You, Mr. Uresk.
I would assume it was filed with the calculation of the child support that we resubmitted. But honestly, I do not have it in this file. However, Mr. Griffin has a copy of it, and so I can't tell you for sure when it was filed.
I can.
I've already looked at Brianna Griffin's.
And Your Honor, it's $550 for the child credit. I apologize.
Your Honor, I have a financial declaration, a copy of which he has, which I thought was filed, but apparently it was not.
How much did I say the child support was going to be?
You have that down as $830. We had calculated it at $765, Your Honor.
I thought you said 1,200.
No.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
All right. So, if going off her financial declaration, I have made some adjustments to show that her rent is $500 instead of the $50 that's listed on the financial declaration. Because of the party's financial circumstances on a temporary basis, I adjusted the expenses, and I'll tell you the adjustments I made. I adjusted clothing downward because $500 a month for one individual seems high. For her and two kids, it might be slightly higher, but I made an adjustment downward for clothing. I took out the automobile loan. I adjusted the gasoline down to $250 a month. That would be driving 1,000 miles per month. Since she's not going to work and didn't know how many miles she worked, I assumed that 1,000 miles a month was a reasonable number of miles if you're not having to commute to work. So I made an adjustment based on the miles driven. I calculated it at 15 miles per gallon and $3.80 a gallon. So I found about $250 a month for fuel.
Yeah.
I downward adjusted the maintenance. I left her utilities where they were, except I changed the phone to $100 per month. And then I decreased, I took off the health insurance premiums. I decreased the amount of entertainment allowance, and I came to $2,350 a month. If she receives $580 a month is a child tax credit right now, $1,250 a month imputed for her ability to earn, and $830 a month in child support. She's receiving $2,660 a month. Let me re-add her expenses and just make sure I didn't get anything wrong there. So if I allow go ahead.
I am incapable to work due to the medications that I am on.
Okay. So, Mr. Uress, we got $500 a month for rent or mortgage, $500 for food and household supplies. I'm going to drop clothing, including the kids, to $200. Her and the children together, $200. I'm going to allow $100 for the laundry and cleaning. I'm not going to put in anything for automobile loans or insurance, because I'm assuming your client's paying the insurance as well. I'm doing $250 for gasoline. I'm going to allow $100 for now for maintenance. Hang on just a second. $150 for electricity, $200 for gas, $150 for water, sewer, and garbage, $100 for telephone, $100 for television, $100 for internet, $100 for healthcare expenses, nothing for insurance premiums. And if I add in $100 for entertainment, that comes to $2,650 a month of monthly expenses. If if she gets the 580 for the kids, 1,250 for work. Well, let me take 1,250 because she would have to pay some for, even if she didn't have any withheld for taxes, she'd still have FICA taken out. So that gives her 1,162 of income, and then 830 for child support. Let's see.
I pay insurance on the vehicle.
You have separate insurance premiums from him?
Are you speaking to me or?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Do you pay separate insurance, or do you have just a household policy?
It's a separate insurance, and it's $204.75 that I pay for the Yukon insurance and also the Silverado 2000.
All right, so it's how much? 200?
$204.75.
Okay. All right, Mr. Uresk, I do not have a copy of your client's financial declaration that I can find.
I understand, Your Honor. I couldn't find it in my file either, but I have one here. A lot of it is I can go through it. It's very quick. That's the expense.
What does it show his total expenses at?
Yeah.
It didn't get totaled up, but let me check here.
Ms. Griffin, do you have one of his pay stubs there?
I do in my email, but I was going to mention, if you wouldn't mind, that he is living with his parents and he has no bills, but the vehicles and I guess the maintenance on the vehicles, and that's all. And then the child support that he was paying a week, which was not 100. Yeah. But I will look at his pay stub right now, the most recent one. So this one was dated. This one was dated 9/30. I'm sorry. Let me go back to another one.
That's okay. 930 that's actually a good one. Tell
Oh,
me what does it say his year-to-date pay was on 930?
Actually, this one's 10/14. Is it that one?
I want to hear the 930 one. That makes my calculations easier.
Okay, on the 9/30, the net pay year to date is $17,310.25.
So he hadn't been working at the job very long then?
No, he recently got that job. And prior, he was working on the rig.
All right, so.
And then.
How many? Mr. Uresk, I'm just trying to figure out how much your client makes per month. I'm not calculating it for child support purposes, but I am going to consider it for alimony purposes. So I need to know what he's making right now on an average month.
Would you like me to calculate it? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
Tell me what his weekly pay was on that last pay stub that you tell me what his pay stubs have been per week.
Okay, so his pay stub on this one was in the 930. This one was $950, and the second one, this one was 1,249, and the following one after that is 1329, and then overtime is I don't know, and then on this one
All right.
is
Not helpful.
one oh
That's enough. Because
oh
I'd
oh
need to see him. I don't know whether these numbers are gross, net. I don't know.
oh
Mr.
sorry.
Uress, can you tell me anything?
First of all, I calculated up his expenses, and it does not include anything for rent or mortgage. I come up with $2,957.17. It does include the 3 automobile payments, $200 in auto insurance, some auto fuel for $320,
Okay.
a telephone for $310. He's got loans and other debt payments at $200. Child support, we figured at $275. You got $830, so we'd have to change that.
Yeah.
Care insurance at $121, and the healthcare expenses, he's got at $300.
Okay.
All totals $296, $2,967.
What are the 300 a month in health payments?
The health expenses. Why is it
300. That's what my mom told me.
Does he
The
have
premium
any bills that are 300 a month for for medical bills? Does he have medical bills that are 300 a month?
It's a pass-through medical, Your Honor.
All right, so it's some who's it owed to? Does he know?
Innovation medical.
LexMed.
All right. All right. Now I need to know how much do you have any of his pay stubs there? Tell me when he went to work for this new company.
When was that case?
Was his first day of work?
Do you know when you went to work? Started work for?
Does he know?
Do you have any idea what month it started? First part of July, Your Honor, about there.
All right. So if he went to work the 1st of July and the pay in his his most recent pay stub shows a year to date of 17,310, he's making $5,770 a month gross. That would include his overtime.
He's making how much?
5,770 is what he would have been paid per month if he worked July, August,
That's wrong.
August, and September.
I understand that, but I think your date's wrong. When? What?
And it only goes up unless he worked in June. If he worked,
He's worked in June, Your Honor. It says he got one check around the 24th of June. So that would be the week before that. That would be his first check.
if I give him half of June, it's still $4,945 a month.
So that's $4,900 a month.
And if I net out taxes, it's about $3,700 a month net. So, based on the evidence that I have, the petitioner has a monthly need of $2,855. She's got an ability to meet her need of $2,572. Which leaves her short $283 per month.
Your Honor, in the calculations of this, did it include him making the payment on the vehicles or her?
Yes.
He gets
No.
paid all three of them, right?
Yep. So, and then I'm taking his net of $3,700 a month and even adding the additional child support that he didn't know he was going to have to pay onto his monthly expense that you told me. He still would break even. And so I'm going to order that he pay the child support that I listed of $830, that he paid alimony of $283, and that he be responsible for the payments on the 3 vehicles. I would suggest they sell one of those 3 because there's only 2 of them. She can use and operate the Yukon, but I would suggest maybe the Silverado gets sold so that there's no more payment on that. And that's his choice, but he's going to have to make those payments, and I don't know why they've got 3 cars. The fact of the matter is right now you can apparently unload used cars pretty readily, from what I understand from the markets, that people are buying used cars. So
Your Honor?
she can use and operate the Yukon. He'll pay the debts on all 3, but he can sell either the Sierra or the Silverado if he wants to, or he can sell them both if he wants to, but she'll use and operate the Yukon and he'll pay for it. And then he'll pay $283 in alimony and $830 in child support.
Your Honor, I'll take over the payment.
What?
Oh, sorry, I apologize. I will take over the payment on the 2000 Silverado.
How are you going to do that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So
I can.
Because you told me that you don't have income, and so the way I just calculated things, I even assumed that you would be earning $1,162 a month, and so you've got no ability to pay for the Silverado. All right.
Okay, but
what?
I was looking into maybe selling my Jeep Wrangler.
Okay. So if you sold your Wrangler and it paid off the Silverado, I guess there wouldn't be a payment there anymore.
Yes, sir.
If you can pay off, if you want to take the payment on the Silverado, Mr. Uress, does your client have any objection to her operating the Silverado if she pays for it?
No.
All right. I'll allow her to keep the Silverado, but she'll be responsible for the payment on the Silverado.
And the alimony is still the $283?
The alimony is still the same. Yep. That actually just gives him more ability to pay, because he now no longer has the responsibility for the Silverado of $260 a month. So he just got cut. I mean, that actually is almost enough to pay his alimony. Right there. All right, so Mr. Ureska, I'm going to have you make an order. The order will be the custody and parent time as outlined above. It'll be the statutory insurance for the kids, that statutory insurance order, that they each pay half of the. Well, for now, he said he was paying the premium, so I'll have him pay the premiums, but they'll split the other out-of-pocket expenses for the children. And then he will pay $830 in child support, $283 in alimony. She will be responsible for the Yukon payment, or for the Silverado payment. He will be responsible for the Sierra payment and the Yukon payment. And that's on a temporary basis.
Your Honor, do we need to address child care? At this point, I understand she's at home and they've got a 3-year-old and an 8-month-old.
She doesn't have a job now. You can put in the statutory child care provision in case she decides to go out and get a job.
Will do then. I think that's it, Your Honor. That's all that we'd ask for.
Okay. Thank you. I am going to order that the parties, if they can't get this case resolved, go to mediation within the next 60 days. Well,
there is one legal issue here. She filed as a legal separation. My client counterclaimed for a divorce.
that's fine.
So are we going to be going as a divorce?
Yeah, where you've counterclaimed for divorce, it'll be converted to a divorce.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes.
there was an injunction that was filed right after our separation that he was not to remove anything off of the property, and he done so. And then he blocked me off of our money account and got a whole new account. So I was incapable to pay any of my bills. And in that injunction says that we couldn't. And I'm not sure if that matters.
All right, you may need to get some legal assistance. There is an injunction there. If you claim someone's violated the injunction, you need to bring a motion to enforce the injunction.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to order the parties to mediate. I was going to say 60 days, but that's the holidays. I don't know. But I am going to order the parties to go to mediation if they can't get this matter resolved. I'll order that it be mediated within 90 days.
Will do, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.